I'm capable of achieving everything I want. I'm worthy of success. Everything I need is flowing towards me abundantly. But what if it never happens? What if I'm not enough? What if I fail? Now, I want you to imagine that scenario for a second. Your mind is thinking big, abundant thoughts, but your heart is holding on to emotions of doubt and fear. They're completely out of sync. Does this sound familiar? How many of us are out there trying to manifest our dream life, but we stay stuck in this cycle of mixed signals? Well, you're not alone, and in this video I'm going to break down the number one mistake most people make while trying to manifest their desired reality. So let's start with the simple truth. Thoughts are powerful, but what about feelings? They are actually the energy that powers your thoughts. And when it comes to manifesting your desires, it's not just about thinking abundant thoughts. You need to feel abundant. You need to feel worthy of what you're asking for. And let me explain why. The brain can think all day long. It can affirm that you're worthy, capable, or deserving, but if your heart is still anchored in doubt, fear, or lack, no amount of thinking is going to make your manifestation come true. This is where most of the people get it wrong. They've got the mind game down, but they've completely neglected the emotional alignment part, which is just as, if not more important. Now, if you're doing what I just mentioned, you're in the right place. Stick along to the end of this video. The truth is, most people are unaware of how their emotions are sabotaging their manifestations. Imagine this: you've spent the last hour journaling about how you want to manifest financial freedom, and you have been affirming it over and over, but deep down you're still thinking, I can't afford that kind of money. I don't think so, I deserve it. I don't know, you see, I don't have enough amount in my bank account. You're out of sync. Your brain is working on one frequency, but your heart is on a completely different wavelength. And guess what? That's exactly what you're going to manifest. More of that doubt, more of that feeling of lack. So, how do we fix this? How do we align our thoughts and emotions so that we can manifest effortlessly every single time? Let me give you a simple 3-step strategy, and I promise you, once you get to know this, you'll never look at manifestation the same way again. The first step is awareness. The biggest mistake people make is completely ignoring the emotions beneath their thoughts. Manifestation isn't just about creating an image of what you want in your mind. It's about acknowledging how you feel about it. Ask yourself, how do I feel about what I'm thinking right now? And if you feel the fear or doubt or even excitement, don't suppress it. Feel it, accept it. When you manifest, it's natural that your emotions arise to the top layer. And when that happens, remember to always stay aware and acknowledge those emotions, because that's the first step in your manifestation journey. Once you're aware of how you're feeling, now it's time to channel those emotions in the right direction. If you're feeling fear or doubt, don't try to suppress it. I know we naturally try to suppress all these negative emotions when they arise, but that's not what we're going to do. Instead, we're going to turn those negative emotions into our fuel. Reframe it into something productive. Instead of thinking, oh, I don't deserve that kind of money, or I don't have enough amount in my bank account, think that I'm in the process of getting financially abundant. I'm in the process of becoming a money magnet. You see the difference? This is the key to unlock powerful manifestation. Your emotions are your compass. If you feel fear, it's not a signal to stop. It's a signal to shift your energy and keep going. And step 3 is about consistency. You can't just do this once and expect results the next day. So if you sow a seed, it takes time for the plant to grow and the flower to bloom and then the fruit to ripen. It doesn't happen in one day, does it? You need daily alignment practices, whether it's through visualization, meditation, journaling, or even practicing affirmations. You need to keep practicing these every single day, manifesting your desires every single day, so that you're in sync with your desired reality. Now I'm going to list a few things that you need to avoid in order to manifest effectively, because these manifestation killers will have you attracting the opposite of what you desire. The first one is doubt. Let's get this straight. Doubt is the enemy of manifestation. You cannot have self-doubt and think that you're going to achieve something. It's complete opposite. You believe that you can't and that you're unable to do certain things, but you think, I can do it easily. But you believe in something different. How is it ever going to work? Every single time you doubt something or you doubt yourself, you reinforce the belief that you're not worthy of your desires. Second thing you need to avoid is negative self-talk. Stop telling yourself that you can't. The words you speak are energy. They hold power. Every single time you open your mouth and say something you don't want, you're manifesting it. So say, talk things about only what you want in your life and not about what you don't want. Remember, only if you change your language can you ever change your reality. The third thing to avoid is impatience. Manifestation is a process. It's not an event. If you're constantly checking to see if something is working, if your manifestation is working, you are now doubting things. You're doubting your desires. You're doubting whether it'll happen. So thus you get into this frequency of lack, which is the opposite of the energy that you would want to attract. The fourth thing to avoid is toxic comparisons, or I'd say comparison as a whole. Looking at others and thinking that they've got it all figured out, or they have it all, or they're the ones that always get it and not me. When you do that, you're creating energy blocks. You're literally leading yourself to feel you're less than what you already are, thus creating the energy blocks which will stop you from manifesting your desires. And the final thing to avoid is neglecting emotional healing. If you haven't worked through your emotional baggage, I'm still working on mine. Of course, I've gotten through a lot, and I do have one or two which I'm still working on. But I'm saying, if you don't work through your emotional baggage, it will show up in your manifestation journey. And unless you heal and get yourself through it, you'll never be able to manifest what you desire, because that will create blocks which will then push you to get into the healing process. And the more you ignore it, the more your manifestations will be prolonged from appearing in your reality. And that's all you need to know about manifestation. That's how easily you can manifest, by healing yourself, by acknowledging your emotions, and by aligning your thoughts and emotions. You can get every single desires into your real life. You can make everything you dream about a reality. Drop a comment below about your thoughts and feelings, and if you want me to talk about anything else in the future, please do drop it in the comment. I'll definitely take a note of it and talk about it in the future. And if you'd like to join me on this journey where we transform ourselves for the better, then subscribe and stick along. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you want more content to level up your life. If you enjoyed watching this video, then I'd suggest you to watch this video next, or save it to watch later, because I talk a lot more about manifestation in that video and in the entire playlist. I completely enjoyed filming this video. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, I love you all. Bye.